All right, guys, what is going on? So for this particular video, I've had a few of you guys ask me questions about what car I use and kind of what the profit looks like, being I live in California. Pretty much everything costs a lot more here than virtually anywhere else in the US. And one of the biggest one of those is gas. And since we are delivery drivers, and we are driving a ton of miles every day, how am I making the most possible with the vehicle that I have? So I just kind of wanted to give you guys kind of a walkthrough of my car, the kind of gas mileage I get, and roughly what it costs me in California. And then just kind of give you guys some recommendations if you're looking into maybe being a delivery driver as your full-time thing, maybe some cars to think about that you might want to maybe look at. So to start, my car is a 2017 Chevy Volt with a V as in Victor. I purchased this car before I knew I was going to be doing deliveries. And I purchased it because my daily commute to where I worked was about 45 to 50 minutes every day. And it was out to the Air Force Base out by the city called Yuba City. So I purchased the car because my old car was starting to have some issues. I'd had the engine blow in that car because the turbo went out, and whole story with that. But when I purchased this car, I did not know I was going to be doing deliveries. And now, since I do deliveries and have done deliveries over the last pretty much full year, I'm very thankful that this is the car that I bought. So I'll kind of explain to you guys why. So getting into it, this is my car. Currently sitting at 61,735 miles. And this is kind of how it looks in here. So one of the nice things, the car has Apple CarPlay. So I keep my phone mounted here, connected to Apple CarPlay. I'm able to do my maps and navigation and everything on here. Plus I'm able to get my notifications on here for Doordash and for Uber Eats. So that's definitely nice because I don't have to continuously be looking at the small screen from my phone. And then moving on, I've got this mount right here. This is normally where I keep my GoPro mounted, which is what I'm filming with right now. And then I've got my bag, my insulated bag, to keep everything hot that needs to be hot and everything cold that needs to stay cold. And then I've got my little drink tray down here that I've got velcroed to the floor. Now the drink tray, that's not what it's called. It's actually like a household cleaning caddy that you would put like different cleaning products in and whatnot. But I've repurposed it because my car only has 2 cup holders. So if I get an order with more than 2 drinks and that place does not have any little drink carriers, I'm trying to set drinks up so they don't fall over, and it becomes a mess. I mean, what led me to getting this was I was doing a delivery and I had a mango smoothie spill on my floor. So it's definitely worth getting. Now, in terms of the mileage I get in this car, so this car is a plug-in hybrid. So on a single charge of electricity, I can get about 52 to 55 miles on a single charge. And the way that that works is dependent on the type of driving you're doing. if I'm driving in a city in stop and go traffic, that 52 to 55 really becomes about 65 to 70 because of the regenerative braking. Every time you use the brakes in this car, it operates similarly to like how a Toyota Prius or any one of those types of vehicles work. That kinetic energy that builds up gets transferred to the battery, and then the car balances the battery usage versus the internal combustion engine usage. Now, when I'm driving in the cities, that's predominantly what I use. The full electric is not as efficient on the highway. So if I'm doing highway driving, dropping orders off, which sometimes I do, I actually have the ability down here, I can switch the mode, and you see it's on normal, which is what's now, which means it's going to prioritize the electric. You've got sport. I don't know why you'd ever use sport in this car. You've got mountain. This is utilized if you're, you know, driving up and down mountains and whatnot. And then you've got hold. So if I turn it to hold, it'll actually turn the electric off, and then it'll actually activate the gas engine. And then the gas engine of the car itself will turn on. Now, in terms of gas mileage, if we go here through my data, and this is what I love about the car. So if we look here, over the last 6,125.7 miles, I'm averaging 61.1 miles per gallon. That is because even when the car itself is fully out of electricity and I'm only using the internal combustion engine, if I'm driving through the city, let's say doing deliveries, every time I'm hitting the brake, that regenerative braking is kicking in. And the car wants to prioritize the electric motor over the gas engine. So every time that it has enough electricity built up to use the electric motor, it does. And then it balances with the internal combustion engine. So the nice thing as a result of this, on a full charge, which on a full charge, like I mentioned, I get about 52 to 55 miles on a full charge, plus a full tank of gas, I can typically go about 370 to about 400 miles, depending on what type of driving I'm doing. If I'm driving in the city, that number is closer to the 400 range. If I'm driving predominantly on the highway, that number is more at the 370 mile range. Now, my car only has I've got an 8-gallon fuel tank, and gas currently has just been skyrocketing, as I'm sure it has for all of you guys. So as it currently stands in my area, you're paying about $3.50 per gallon for gas. So if my car's an 8-gallon tank, you do the math, that's what, $28 to fill it up. And then I've got the electric portion. To charge it to 52 to 55 miles, it costs me about 75 cents. I just charge it at home. I don't do anything special. I just plug it in at the end of the night, and it's fully charged by the next day. This car's been great for deliveries. The other nice thing is the electric portion of the car is very simple. So the car itself, about 40,000 of the 61,735 miles are only electric. The previous owner of this vehicle lived in the city and they used it to commute in the city. And they virtually only drove the car on electric. So the nice thing about that, and I know there's a lot of people that are going to hate on Chevy. I'm not saying Chevy's my favorite car by any means. I'm not saying General Motors is my favorite by any means. As you can see, that stupid little check engine light, the ABS switch in this car went out, and I just haven't got it fixed yet. It's a super cheap, super easy fix, but their stuff likes to break. But the nice thing, the engine of this car itself only has about 21,000 miles on it. The electric motor has 41,000. So combining it to that 61,000. So that's going to make the car last a little bit longer. And this works. You know, typically in the span of 1 week, I probably fill up once. So it costs me, you know, about $28 plus the 75 cents per day for the electric charge. So if I drive for 5 days, let's say that's $3.50. Let's just say maybe $32. And in the span of a week, you know, I'm able to make upwards of $1,000. And that's without even really trying. So I am going to be doing orders today. I've got my time slot starting at 10:30. It's currently 10:15. I'm going to be going from 10:30 until I believe my time ends at 9 o'clock tonight. So we're going to see, and also, just so you guys can see, I'm going to fill my car up prior to me leaving, just so we can see the fuel economy and just so we can see the range from there. So in the span of 1 complete day of driving for 10.5 hours, how much can I make? What is my cost? How much I spend? And then also, you know, just kind of have a good time. So that video will be separate from this one. So this video I'll probably get done tonight. But yeah, guys, that's kind of my car. You know, how it's set up, what I do things, how I run things, my setup. It works. It works well. I hope this video was helpful for you guys. If you guys have any questions, drop them in the comments. Let me know. If you guys want to see more of this type of content, let me know as well. If you guys subscribe to the channel because you like this content, just drop me a comment letting me know you subscribed. And then also turn on notifications so you guys will be notified when I post my next video. So with that, guys, as always, thank you for checking out this video, and I'll talk to you guys later.